Welcome back to our channel. Thank you so much for your valuable feedback on our previous video. As requested by you, today's video is all about personal finance and how to manage your money better. Let me ask you this. Have you ever stopped to think about how much money has gone through your hands? I know it's a crazy question, but it's important. Maybe you've made $40,000 last year, or 60, or maybe you're just starting out and have only made a few thousand so far. What about what's in your wallet right now? I'm talking about how much money you've saved up. It's okay if the number isn't as high as you'd like it to be. The truth is, a lot of us struggle with managing our finances, especially when we're just starting out. But the good news is, you're here watching this video because you want to learn how to make the most out of your money and the very simple tips you can follow to get your finances in order. In this video, I'm going to cover some of the most important tips shared by experts in the money game that you need to know to manage your money better. From budgeting to saving to investing, we'll cover everything you need to know to build a strong financial foundation. So if you're a student, young professional, business owner, a stay-at-home parent, or anyone, if you're ready to take control of your finances and learn how to play the money game, then stick around and learn these 6 tips. So let's dive in. Tip number 1. Money is a game, and it's one you need to start playing right away. I know that might sound strange to some of you. Money is serious business, right? But think about it like this. Just like any game, there are rules to money that you need to understand in order to win. And the more you play the game, the better you get. Let me give you an example. If you've never played chess before, and you go up against someone who's been playing for years, you're probably going to lose. But if you've played the game like Monopoly 1,000 times, you're probably going to be pretty good at it. The same is true for the money game. A lot of people struggle with money because they don't understand the rules. But the good news is that the rules can be learned. You don't have to be born into wealth or be a financial genius to get good at managing your money. And here's the thing. The more you learn about the money game, the more you'll start to see that it's not as complicated as you might think. Sure, there are some advanced strategies and techniques, but at its core, money is just a game of making smart decisions with your resources. So if you're serious about improving your personal finances, start treating money like a game. Learn the rules, practice, and don't be afraid to take risks. And remember, just like any game, winning at the money game takes time and effort, but with persistence and the right mindset, you can come out on top. Tip number 2, build your secret crisis accounts. Starting your financial journey can be daunting, but one of the first steps you should take is to save money for an emergency fund. Life is full of unexpected events, such as a car breaking down or an unexpected medical expense. Having an emergency fund can save you from financial stress. You should aim to save as much as possible, as fast as possible. If you already have some money saved, consider putting it in a separate account designated specifically for emergencies. This way, you can keep your emergency fund separate from your regular spending and savings accounts. Remember, emergencies can happen to anyone at any time, so it's important to be prepared. Don't wait until it's too late. Start building your emergency fund now, and you'll thank yourself later. Tip number 3. The debt snowball versus the debt avalanche. Debt is a common issue that many people face when trying to manage your personal finances. 2 popular methods for paying off debt are the debt snowball and the debt avalanche techniques. The debt snowball technique involves listing all of your debts, from smallest to largest regardless of the interest rates. You start by paying off the smallest debt first while making minimum payments on the larger debts. Once the smallest debt is paid off, you move on to the next smallest debt, and so on. This technique is effective for those who need a quick win and the motivation to continue paying off debts. On the other hand, the debt avalanche technique involves listing your debts in order of the interest rate, highest to lowest. You start by paying off the debt with the highest interest rate first while making minimum payments on the other debts. Once the debt with the highest interest rate is paid off, you move on to the next highest and so on. This technique is mathematically more efficient since you're paying off the debts with the highest interest rates first. Both techniques have their pros and cons, and it ultimately depends on your personal preference and financial situation. If you need a quick win and the motivation to continue paying off debt, the debt snowball technique may be the best for you. However, if you want to save money in the long run and are willing to stick with a plan, the debt avalanche technique may be more effective. Remember, the goal is to become debt-free, so choose a technique that works best for you and start taking steps towards financial freedom. Tip number 4. Get rid of the end of the world mentality. Hey, I know it can be tough out there. The news channels are always trying to sell you the latest crisis, but let's be real, they're getting paid for it. Don't let fear drive your decisions when it comes to your money. When the market crashed in 2008, a lot of people panicked and pulled out their investments. But if they had stayed invested, they would have made a lot more money in the long run. You can't predict when the next crisis will happen, but you can prepare for it. That's why it's important to have some cash set aside for emergencies, not just your regular savings. You never know when an opportunity will come along and you need to act fast. When the market crashes or there's a recession, that's actually a great time to buy. Everything's on sale. People have to sell their belongings for much less than they're worth, and that's where you come in. Remember, there's always going to be ups and downs in the economy, but if you stay calm and have a plan, you'll be ready for whatever comes your way. Don't let the end of the world mentality hold you back from reaching your financial goals. You need to have a strategy in place. Start by studying your politicians, especially your local leaders. Knowing their philosophies can help you make smart decisions about your money. If taxes are going up, you need to adjust your budget accordingly. If taxes are going down, it might be a good time to start a business or invest in the stock market. This takes us to tip number 5, taxes. But don't worry, you don't have to be a tax expert to get your taxes done right. These days, we use software programs like TurboTax and HR Block that can help you out. These programs are user-friendly and designed to make tax preparations as painless as possible. The great thing about these programs is that they guide you through the process step by step. They help you to identify all the tax deductions and credits that you're eligible for, ensuring that you don't miss anything. They also do all the calculations for you, making sure that you don't make any mistakes in your tax return. You can find these programs through the links in the description below. Using these software programs can save you a lot of time and money. They are much cheaper than hiring a tax professional, and they're also faster and more convenient. You can do your taxes from the comfort of your own home at your own pace. In addition, these programs help you stay organized. You can keep all your tax documents and receipts in one place, make it easy to access them when you need them. This can also help you to prepare for the tax season in advance, so you don't have to scramble at the last minute. So if you're serious about managing your personal finances, it's essential that you stay on top of your taxes. Using software programs like TurboTax and HR Block can make this process much easier and stress-free. Tip number 6. Befriend moneymakers. They say that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And this couldn't be truer when it comes to your finances. If you hang out with people who have a negative attitude towards money or those who are struggling financially, then you might find yourself picking up on these habits. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with successful people, particularly those who are good with money and have made it, then you are more likely to pick up on those habits and mindsets. This can be a huge advantage in improving your personal finances. So, how do you go about befriending moneymakers? Well, you can start by attending networking events, seminars, or conferences that are related to your field of interest. You can also join online communities or forums where successful people share their insights and experiences. But perhaps the most important thing is to be genuinely interested in the success of others. People can sense when you're only out for your own benefits, and this could be a major turnoff. So be genuine in your interactions and offer value to them as well. Remember that you can learn a lot from successful people. They can give you insights into their journey, the mistakes they made, and how they overcame them. They can also introduce you to new ideas, people, networks, and opportunities that help you in your own journey towards financial success. Finally, don't forget to express gratitude and appreciation for the people who have helped you along the way. A simple thank you note or a message of appreciation can go a long way in building strong relationships. Thanks for watching. We hope this video has given you some valuable insights into how to manage your personal finances better. Remember, money's a game and it's one that you can start playing right now. Learn the rules, take risks, and practice. Building a strong financial foundation takes time and effort, but with the right mindset, you can come out on top. By following the simple tips we discussed, you'll be well on your way to financial freedom. See you in the next video.